This is Jonathan Agatha for Pro Boxing Fans, joined by SJAM's Shane Watson. You've got a couple boys on the bill, Hedges and Johnny Fisher. Just talk us through their opponents on Saturday.
I'm going to have a quick look to make sure Joseph Parker isn't around here today. It's like we're standing right next to where it kind of happened before. But got Johnny Fisher out in a tough fight. The thing is with these kind of level fights, it's frustrating because like a lot of the casual fans will look at it, Dominic Musil's record, and think, oh, he's not very good. If you watch Dominic Musil against David Adelaide, who in his own right is a very good professional, he was given a very close fight for 4 rounds. He actually won a couple of those rounds and he was nailing David Adelaide a few times. And Adelaide came out on top and landed a big right hand and managed to get the big KO. And he really did knock him out. So it's not an easy fight. He actually beat an undefeated guy in his last fight. It's coming to him. He's brought a big team with him. He's brought like four guys with him. He probably only got like a +1 on his deal to come over it. So he's obviously invested in it as well. So it shows he's coming to win. But Johnny's at that stage now where he needs to fight guys that are coming to win. He learns more from them kind of fights, as he saw in his last one. And it gives Johnny a chance to get his own big shots off rather than someone tucking up and just trying to survive the rounds, really. So I'm expecting a good, tough night for Johnny, but I expect him to win. And I think he can manage to get the KO. If not, as long as he just wins and wins well, that's all I really care about. And he takes something from it and learns a little bit, then that's all I really want. And then we've got John Hedges against Alex Maktovac. 3-0, 2 KOs, so that's a good little step up for John Hedges. He's obviously going to come to win, which suits John Hedges' style as they walk onto his shots. Obviously he's a slick southpaw that likes to move backwards, but to be fair, he's been coming forwards in his last couple as well. So they should walk onto a lot of shots. Hopefully we can see a bit of excitement there from John Hedges on Saturday night. And it's both of their last 6 rounders before they move up to 8, so you'll see a step up an opponent in the next fights as well, which will be towards end of this year. And then on Friday I've got Guido Vinello actually headlining a top-ranked show on ESPN against the infamous Shane McFarlane from Scotland. So that should be a funny little insane headliner. And then we've got some major fight news for Guido in February next year.
Let's just touch on Johnny Fisher. Where is he in terms of sort of the prospects in Britain? You know, he's we know sort of his amateur career wasn't huge, and he's making improvements. For like, how quickly do you put him in with maybe a fringe level guy?
I mean, I watched him spar Joe Joyce. I've watched him spar Takam in recent months. I've watched him spar Dubois. I've watched him spar Fabio Wardley. I've watched him spar. I wasn't actually at the Fury spar, but Fury told me about the spar, and so did Johnny and whatnot. And mate, he's going into these spars, and at the very minimum, he's given a very, very, very good account of himself. Yeah, he's having 50-50 spars with Joe Joyce all the time. He was getting on top of Takam a lot of the time and sparring without being disrespectful, and like obviously sparring the other guys, giving very good accounts of himself. So that would suggest to me that he's a lot better than what people are giving him credit for, and that maybe he gives himself. But in fighting prospects, he doesn't need to do that. Fight any fringe level guys for now. Like, he's young, he sells a lot of tickets, he's creating a big name for himself, he's fighting high up the cards, and he's doing his learning in the gym because he didn't have this amateur career that some of these other very good fighters have had. He's got to learn in sparring and in the gym. So it'd be foolish to put him in a tough fight. And I believe he would win a tough fight, but the problem is with that, you've then got to consistently fight at that level and above for the rest of your career, and you're going to have a short career. He's only a young man at the end of the day. So listen, the next 12 to 18 months, maybe we'll start looking at his first title, and then we'll push on from there. But we take each fight that comes with Johnny because he hasn't had that experience and whatnot. We have to kind of see where we go with him. But I believe he can reach the very top. He works very hard, and he puts all the time in, and he's very honest with where he is at the moment, so there's no reason why he can't make it to the top one day.
Shane, Frank Warren said the other day that Joe Joyce is going to return in February. Give me some names. Who are you looking at? Yeah, he does want to return in February. We're going to Vegas actually next Monday to start a pre-training camp before Christmas. We're looking at the likes of Luis Ortiz, Kubrat Pulev, them kind of guys. Listen, you got to look. I don't want Joe Joyce to get sick for any of these names, right? You look at the heavyweight division, like fighters who've got dates. Dylan White's talking to AJ, whatever. They were never going to fight Joe Joyce anyway. and you look, Chisora's fighting Fury, Usyk's out injured. I'm trying to think who else around. Dubois got a fight.
I'll ask you about one name. I spoke to Otto Wallin. He said if you offered the correct money and that if it was worth the risk, he'd consider it.
He's another name on the list. I forgot about Otto Wallin. Otto Wallin was on there as well. There isn't really much else available outside of those guys. Listen, Joe wants to fight Fury, and he wants to fight Usyk, and he wants to fight AJ. None of those three are available. Or Dylan White. None of those four are available. So he has to fight whoever's available, and it's going to be one of those guys. They're all similar level, all got similar kind of attributes and whatnot. It's going to be one of those guys. Still going to be a decent top 15, top 10 guy. But and then we'll look for the big one, winner of Fury Usyk in the summer in a stadium fight.
Have you actually held like discussions with those guys, or is it just all informal at the moment?
Well, actually, we've held discussions with two, and we had a meeting Tuesday last week, and we're now going to push forward with making actual concrete offers to some guys, and then we'll see who can do what date, who wants probably the smallest amount of money, and then and whoever fits it the most and whatnot. And also who's going to give Joe a good test, because we want Joe to be fully prepared for when he fights for a world title. We don't want an easy 3-4 round job. We want someone who's going to get him in there and bring the best out of him and give him some good rounds, and then hopefully Joe can finish with a KO. But it'll be a solid opponent. He ain't going to fight a Christian Hammer level guy. He'll fight a solid guy that's operated at world level before.
What do you say to people that say that Joyce called out Joshua for December 17th? Fury went on December 3rd, and maybe Fury could have pushed back to December 17th and fought Joyce.
We could have fought Fury on December 3rd anyway. We never spoke about the fight. Yeah, listen. Again, this is not stick to Fury, but if you're going to fight Usyk in March, it would be very stupid to fight Joyce in December. Because at the very least, I believe Joe Joyce knocks out Tyson Fury, and I think he can do it quite well as well. And people are probably going to laugh at me for saying that. But at the very least, Tyson's going to come out of a very difficult, close fight, yeah? You then will not be able to go and fight in March against Usyk because you would need time off, and you could come out of injuries, cuts, and all that kind of stuff. So it'd be ridiculous for Fury to fight Joyce in December. So I'm not giving Frank Warren or Fury any stick there, but I'm just putting it out there. We were not offered the fight, and if we were, we would have taken it. There were two people in boxing, and Usyk as well. So 3 people in boxing that we would have come back early for, and that would have been AJ, Usyk, or Fury, yeah? Because those kind of things, you can't really wait around. If the opportunity's there, sometimes you just got to grab it, yeah? And Joyce is in great form in a minute as well. He's got the momentum out of all 3 of them, really, at the minute. Okay, well, I guess Usyk kind of does as well. But, so we would have gone straight back into camp. Because I heard something about he went on holiday. Yeah, but I mean, he would cancel a holiday for a multi-million-pound fight for a world heavyweight title. Of course he would. So, but listen, Frank Warren's done an amazing job by Joe Joyce. We've got a big fight in February, and then we're gonna hopefully fight for the world heavyweight title if they don't vacate. And if they vacate, we get elevated to full world champion. But we want to win the world heavyweight title the right way, beat Fury or Usyk. So can't go wrong really. But yeah. I don't think they could push the free fight back. If you're fighting in March, he's not going to have very long off anyway. So, like I said, we would have taken that fight there anyway, because we'd have to just go straight back into camp.
What did you make of Usyk's comments? I think it was 2 seconds out the other day where he was like, I don't want to fight him. I think it was tongue-in-cheek. I'll make that point. I think he was joking. But what did you make of that?
I mean, it's a little bit of a joke. Obviously, what Usyk said is true. Joe is a tank, and have you seen him fight? He's a hard night for anyone. He's a problem, yeah? But but he was saying it in a way like he was scared, yeah? I think that's obviously a bit he was joking. Clearly, one man that's not scared of anyone is Oleksandr Usyk. Look at who he's fought all in their backyard. He's definitely not scared. But I think that's the kind of bit he was joking. But he wasn't joking when he was calling Joyce a tank and all that, obviously. But listen, I think every heavyweight knows that fucking Joe Joyce is a major problem in that division. Everyone's been saying it since the Parker fight. He's a nightmare, and now no one wants to fight him, so now we have to force it, and that's why we got the WBO interim title, because people don't want to fight him, and now they're going to have to, and that puts us in a very, very strong position to move forward and win world heavyweight titles. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens after Fury Usyk. Are they going to relinquish all the belts, and then we're all just going to have to fight each other in unifications? What I would like, Joyce to win the WBO, however he's got to do it, elevated, beat someone, whatever, and I hope Wilder wins the WBC, and let's unify in Las Vegas, massive fight. Imagine that, Wilder against Joyce, the best chin against the best right hand, mate. 4-round shootout.
Are people more, in your opinion, excited for Joyce Wilder than Joyce Fury?
It's a difficult one. Fury's much bigger name worldwide. Two Brits having a clash. I don't think we can ever really get bigger than that. Domestic mashup, they just everyone goes crazy for them all the time. I think like a lot of people think that Fury's the only guy that can potentially beat. Joyce is the only guy that can potentially beat Fury, and some people think that Fury's the only guy that can actually potentially beat Joyce. So it's a really interesting clash of styles there. But then I think Wilder and Joyce is just an absolute freak show of a fight, isn't it? Like, anything could literally happen in that fight, and no one would be like anything. Like literally anything can happen. So, and that's just a freak show fight. So it's not one that I would enjoy watching because anything could happen. But it's one I would definitely back Joe Joyce to win as well.
Tell everyone where to follow you.
That's it. Big got 2. Is there anything else I want to add?
Yeah, add anything and tell us where to follow you.
Yeah, got 3 fight nights this weekend, so wishing the lads all the best of luck. Got some fight news to be released for Joe Joyce soon. Lerone Richards against Zach Shelley, excited for that one. That's a good fight. Got Tommy Fletcher back out November 26th. That'd be good on the John Ryder undercard, so that'd be good fun. Got Lisa Whiteside out in November on the Pro Bellum show. Yeah, so it's all looking good. Following all cylinders at SJAM. Going to hopefully have some new signings pushing towards early next year. And yeah, it's all good. All systems go really.
Shane, appreciate your time. Shane Watson 95, I think, is the Twitter. So yeah, keep up the good work, and we'll catch up soon.
Oh man.